Well, hello everyone. It's Angela with Treasure Trove Tarot, also known here on YouTube as Mystic Moon. Welcome to my second channel and welcome to your weekly forecast. So this is actually going to be the only video that I do on this channel this week. Reason being is because on Wednesday I'm going to be going out of town back east with my daughter to visit family. So I'm going to be on vacation. So I just want to let you guys know that. So I will resume normal posting next week. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this one today. So obviously just take what resonates for you and get rid of anything that doesn't. Decks I'll be using will be listed down below, as well as this Hey Boo Organite created by Michelle from Wing and Bell. And look at how adorable this little Peanuts character's Charlie Brown cloth is. It reminds me of childhood. I swear, every single time the holidays hit, there was always this special on TV. It's a great pumpkin Charlie Brown or the Charlie Brown Christmas. Oh, it just brings back memories. Anyways, I also did start, just in case you guys don't know, over on TikTok and Instagram. It started on October 1st. It was my 31 days of horror. And so what I do is I take, like scary movie characters and I build a reading around them. So they're about 3 minutes long. And I do it every single day throughout the month of October. So anyways, if you guys are kind of interested in some festive readings, be sure to join me over there. The links will be down below. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and get started. We're going to do like an earth, air, fire, water, spirit reading today. So the earth energy is going to be very much about our physical world. So it could be career, finances. It could even be like what we feel like we're meant to do, like our life purpose and mission, just the things that are happening in our physical world. So let's get into it. What is the energy surrounding Earth for us at this particular time? This deck is called the Modern Wiccan Box of Spells cards. So let's see what's going on for our Earth energy for this week. We have the Cauldron Witch, and I love the Cauldron Witch because the cauldron is the creation. This just means that whatever we put in that freaking cauldron, that's what we're going to create. So what are you putting into that cauldron this week? What do you want to create? It will start to show up in your physical life. So I feel like this is going to speak to people on different levels, but it's just kind of like, be careful what you're putting out there, because you want to make sure that what you're putting in, you're wanting to multiply. So that can be positive or negative, totally up to you, but let's see what else we've got going on. Let's get a spirit animal. This particular deck, I forget what it's called, but I'll put it down below. What's spirit animals? Ooh, we have got the honey badger. What is it? The honey badgers don't give a shit, right? It's to strengthen your resolve and tenacity. Ooh, okay. So it could be that some of you guys are required to become more confident, more strong, maybe put up personal barriers or boundaries, protection around yourself this week, okay? So maybe spend some time, really jumping into that energy of not caring so much about what other people think. How do you do that? Looks like it's getting a little blurry, you guys. There's all kinds of like overcast clouds right now, and it's really messing with my lighting, so I apologize. But I just feel like, because that meme, honey badger don't give a shit, that's kind of what it is. Like, we need to get more into that energy. We need to get stronger in that energy field. We need to just also stay in our own lanes and not worry about what other people are creating or what they're doing, and just focus on what we're trying to do. So it's not saying that like we don't care about other people. We're just not putting so much value on what they think or just like how it's going to turn out. We're just creating to create, and we're enjoying this process is what we're doing. And we're also not worried about if we're doing it right or wrong. I think a lot of times when it comes to magic and rituals and things like that, you'll have people that try to tell you, oh, you have to do this, you have to do that. And it's just like, I'm not saying there's no guidelines and there aren't things that you can learn, but when it comes to like exact ingredients or particular stones and things like that, you might not have all that fancy crap, and you don't even need it. Your energy, your vibration, that's actually the pure magic. That's the most powerful thing that you own, is your own energy. It's not a freaking stone. It's not a pack of tarot cards. It's just you. So I just kind of feel like if some of you guys are getting caught up or hung up on details, like you can't do this or you can't do that because you don't have all the right stuff, it's about kind of not giving a shit about all that at the end of the day, because it really it really doesn't mean that much, okay? Your energy, that really holds the true power. So I don't know who needs to hear that today, but that is the particular message. So that, of course, is going to connect with anything that you're trying to manifest as well. It's about you just holding powerful visualizations, maybe doing some visualization work. If you can't afford certain candles or certain rituals and the ingredients, this is about your visualization is just as powerful than anything else. Use that, okay? So this deck right here is called Beyond the Self Oracle deck. It's a newer deck. Let's see what else is coming through. Okay, it says you could use some self-care time, like now. Schedule it in. Fantastic. So obviously when it comes to things that we want to manifest or things that we want to create, if you're not feeling good, if you're not taking care of yourself, you're not going to be top-notch in your energy. So basically Spirit is saying, don't give a fuck, as in you don't need to get hung up or sweat the small stuff. All this little crap, all these things that really don't matter, we need to put some of it on the shelf because we're carrying around too heavy of a burden. And I feel like a lot of these things are attached to other people. Like we're afraid that other people are going to judge us. We're afraid that other people are going to be disappointed in us. And it's just like at some point we need to nourish our own bodies. We need to take care of ourselves. And so that's why this whole, not giving an F basically is, it's needed. It really is. It's freaking needed, because in that meme, that video, it gets bit by a viper and it like passes out for 5 minutes and then it gets back up. I mean, it's freaking badass. Okay. So that's kind of what I feel the vibe is that we need to step more into maybe a little bit of our shadow, our darker kind of witchy side, which basically says no when we want to say no. We're not so worried about being likable. We're just being ourselves. We're being honest, whether people like it or not. That's the honey badger energy, and I just think that that's great. So let's see what else we need to know here. So this could be in the workplace with your friends, family members, coworkers, lovers, whoever. Definitely take some time for you. Okay, this is the one that wanted to come. Ooh, we have dragons. Slay them all. Ooh, that's a shadowy energy, you guys. Slay the dragons in your life. Now, these dragons could be your own fears and your own hangups that are dragging, you get it, you down. So this is about slaying them all. So if you're people pleasing, and this is just an example, your people pleasing habits are literally draining the hell out of you, that's going to be a dragon that you slay, okay? And if there is someone in your life that is draining you or that is trying to push you to do things that you don't want to do or whatever, this is about, politely, if you can, taking that sword and maybe cutting off communication or putting up a firm boundary with this person. But there is this energy where we have to stop caring so much, caring so much about what other people are going to think about us if we start taking care of ourselves. If we're just being honest with how we feel, we need to stop worrying so much about this. Very interesting. So we're going to go into the Haunted Heart Oracle by Aqua Moonlight and just see if there's something specific that could be tied to this. This may not resonate for everybody because this is kind of a romance deck. So if you don't resonate with that message, don't take it. Oh, we have the nailed coffin. Ooh. It says death is not to be feared. Everything eventually comes to an end. This relationship has died, nailed, shut, and buried. There is nothing left to search for. It's gone, and only dust remains. So you guys, this is something really specific for some of you guys out there, where there's a person that you just need to pull the plug on this situation, or it could be a work thing, like a job that you freaking hate, that's draining you. People that are super manipulative and are doing things at work to just ruin your life or whatever. It's like we've got to find a way to put the nail in the coffin because something is trying to come to a close. And we're being told not to fear this because this ending is absolutely necessary, okay? This might be like kind of the final lesson for you to speak your truth, to really take care of yourself. Like this is your final word in this situation, that you do respect yourself, right? I do respect myself, and I'm going to say no to this, and I'm not going to accept this offer or this treatment. I am out. I deserve better. It's that kind of energy. It's badass. All right, so let's see what else is going on. Let's go into my deck here, which is called the Treasure Trove Oracle Professional Archetypes. Let's see what else is going on here. Ooh, you have the Minor. Pick your battles wisely. You may strike gold, but ensure you're not pining away at unreciprocated efforts along the way. Okay. So this right here is indicating that we've been probably really trying hard or working hard in a situation, and it's not being reciprocated. That's why Honey Badger's saying you just got to stop giving a shit, because someone else may not care. Somebody else may not care about your needs. A lot of the times we think that people are going to notice that we're struggling, and sometimes people do, but sometimes people don't. They know you're struggling, or maybe they don't, or they just don't care. You know, if you've been doing everything in a relationship that's been one-sided for a long time, it's kind of crazy to think that the person's just going to wake up one day and just start to realize just how great and amazing you are and start appreciating everything. If they're taking from you from the very beginning, that usually indicates that that's just a toxic person to begin with, and they're probably never going to change. And the only thing that's going to change is us, by saying no to this taker, or no to this unreciprocated just effort or situation or even relationship. All right, let's go into my Treasure Trove Tarot for career and finances. See what else we need to understand here. Oh, we have the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is a couple of things, okay? This is connected to Sagittarius. So the first thing that I want to say is that Sagittarius are excellent at just expanding and moving on. Like, they're not going to let anything hold them down or hold them back. So I do feel like this Honey Badger Knight of Wands energy is about, it's like an archetype. It's basically telling us that we need to get into this energy of just throwing caution to the wind and just saying, who cares about this situation? We don't need to be so passionate about it anymore. Let's love our freedom instead. Also, we can do other things. So some of you guys might be feeling, you know what, I'm stuck. I have to do this. What if I can't find something else? What if this is a mistake if I leave, etc.? What I'm getting here is that Spirit is saying it's time to fly with the Knight of Wands, because there's something else out there for you. There's something else out there for you that's going to make you feel like you are doing something that you love. You have many talents. Try not to let someone make you feel like you don't have any options. You do have options, okay? It might just be right now you're beat down and you don't have the confidence. And Sagittarians have a lot of confidence. Definitely. They're very optimistic. And I feel like that's absolutely what's needed right now. So if there's someone or something in your life that's kind of chipping away at your self-confidence or just your barriers, it is time to basically push back and say, hell no, back off, Jack. I got other options out there. I don't need to take this shit. So I don't know who that's for, but that's the message for the week for Earth energy. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on into air energy. So what is the air energy? It's going to be about our thoughts, our mental space. You know, it could even just be the things that we're communicating or things that are even being communicated to us this week. So let's get some messages about that. Air energy. We have the Immortal Witch. I love this. So it's just the Immortal Witch is not worried about it, okay? She's immortal, so she knows that she has all the time in the world. So she's not worried about it. And I just feel like that's really what this energy is. It's just about letting go. It's like not sweating the small stuff, not worried about, like, we're not so worried that we have to make things fit. We don't have to push to make things happen. It's either going to work or it's not going to work. So it's a very light and airy energy with the Immortal Witch. Okay, and whatever's meant to be will be. And also, if things don't work out, it's kind of like, hey, what lesson can I learn from this? What wisdom can I obtain from this situation? Okay, cool. It wasn't pleasant, but I did learn something. So it's kind of having that, seeing the silver lining in situations, which... We have the peacock spider. Ooh, be bold and show off your best qualities. Fantastic. So this is another card about being bold. And it's about saying no if you need to. It's about, putting on a show, even if that's what you need to do. Fake it until you make it. So that's what we are presenting, I feel, to the world, is we're being bold. We're kind of showing off that, or we're showing other people that we mean serious business, that we mean what we say. If you have someone that doesn't take you seriously, or someone who's always trying to twist your words around, gaslight you, something like that, I just feel like you're not putting up with it anymore. You're really drawing the line with this person or situation this week. It's like, we're not going to take it from Twisted Sister. I just got that. Find ways to lighten up and not take everything so seriously. That's exactly what this is. Light and airy. It's perfect. It's, again, the honey badger doesn't give a crap. It's like, that's the vibe that we need to be in this week. It doesn't mean being careless. Okay. So let's not get that wrong, but it's just about not sweating the small crap that really doesn't matter. Like, who cares what that person thinks at the end of the day? That person is not, the end all be all of your existence. Just because that person has that viewpoint of you doesn't make it true. People see things through their own lens for whatever reason. So just because someone's seeing you a certain way, or they're saying something about you, doesn't make it true. We've got to find a way to let that stuff slide right off of us, because if we hold on to it, all it's going to do is just make us feel toxic and sick. And I'm going to tell you right now, those types of people are not worth losing sleep over. All right, what else? Wings. You never needed those wings to fly. Look at this. It's time to fly. I did get that with the Knight of Wands. It's time to fly from this situation. It's time to fly from whatever this crumbling tower is, because I feel like something is trying to end. Something is coming to a close, whether it's a friendship, a relationship, a situationship, a certain way of thinking, or kind of dealing with things, or a job, whatever it is, it's time to fly, baby. And it says you never needed those wings to fly. Like, you have those wings right now. Maybe you've been waiting for something to happen before you do something. And Spirit's basically saying, you don't need to wait for shit. It's time to fly right now. You already have those wings. Even if they are invisible and you can't see them, you already have them. So use them this week. Ooh, okay. All right, let's go into this deck again. We have the venomous bite. And it's so funny because I was just talking about the honey badger that got bit by the frickin' viper. Okay, and it got up and it kept moving forward. So I feel like that is a special message for some of you guys. You got bit, somebody betrayed you, somebody hurt you, but you got to find a way to pick yourself back up and move forward and just move on. I know it sounds easy to do. It's not, but you're going to have to find a way. It does say the kisses with this person is like venom rushing through your veins. They have access to your body in ways no one else does. Is it poisonous or is it benign? You'll have to wait and see. What I'm getting you guys is that if you feel like someone is toxic in your life, I mean, it might be very hard for you to get rid of this situation or this person because there is something about it that's attractive and enticing to you. But it's kind of like, do you have to ask yourself, is this, let's just say, are we attracted to this person because of our dysfunction, or is there something about this situation that we can learn from? What is it exactly? We have to ask ourselves, how many more times are we going to get bit by the situation before we are done with this toxin? That's what I'm getting from that. Okay. All right. Let's see what else. What else do we need to know here? Let's go into this deck here. This is called the Jack-o'-lantern Tarot. We have the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups are groups of people, third-party situations, groups. community, workplace, family, friends. So this to me is definitely someone in your social circle that may be up to no good, and you kind of know that they're toxic or you've been burned by them before, and it's like if you just keep repeating this pattern, you're going to keep getting bit by this person. So it is time to fly away from this situation or this group of people or the third party, because it's not serving you. If anything, it's just creating like mental chaos. All right, this deck is called the Apprentice Tarot deck. Okay, so the 10 of Cups being reversed, and just so you guys know, this entire deck is not reversed. I just felt like using some reversals today. This is family problems, dysfunction, upset, unhappy, lacking emotional connection or support. Someone is not supporting you. Someone is not here to work with you. It's almost like they're working against you. And the only thing that you can do is pull yourself out of this situation, because it's looking like right now there's no happy ending. Now, that doesn't mean never, okay? I don't want to ever say never. It just means that right now in its current state, there's someone toxic here. And there's no happy outcome here. So the best thing to possibly do is pull away and kind of cut your losses while you can. So I don't know what this is that you guys are mentally thinking of, but this is what we need to be communicating this week. And you don't even need to tell anybody anything. You could, actions sometimes speak louder than words. You don't have to take someone's phone call. You don't have to show up. You don't have to be a part of that group anymore. You can just pull away. So that's what Spirit's saying. Ew. All right. So let's now go into Earther Fire's energy. And fire is going to be all about our passion, our creativity, our motivation, but it can also be things that are pissing us off and angering us this week. So let's look at and see what that could possibly be. What is the energy here this week for air? No, not air. I meant fire. Oh, we have the Timeless Witch. Okay, so it's kind of like the immortal witch. It's like time, right? Like, I have all the time in the world. Timeless is timeless. It's like, yes, it's like the illusion of time, but also we're here on this planet, so time is, actually a thing. We can't pretend it's not. We are going to age, and, things are eventually going to come to a close at some point. So it's like something about not wasting time, like be more valuable or spend your energy, like precious time, precious energy, savor it. Don't waste it. That's the message. Don't waste your time and energy on things that really don't deserve your time and energy anymore. You're going to realize how much time you wasted probably 5 years from now on whatever is bothering you. You're going to be like, oh my God, I can't believe I thought that was so important. Like, I can think in my mind right now, like probably 10 things that I'm thinking of at once, of things I thought were so freaking important. It was life or death, and I don't even think about it anymore. That's how meaningless it is. But it always feels so intense when you're going through something at the time. So with time, I feel like Spirit is telling you whatever you feel so passionate about right now or angry about or whatever this is, it will pass. Time, I do feel, heals most wounds. I'm not saying it heals everything, but it does heal most things. Or just lessons, I should say. Oh, I love moths. Rosie, Maple, Moth. You are capable of great change. Yes, you can transform. If you guys have ever been on TikTok, or I guess it would be on really any social media, but I see these people that harvest moths, and like they go through all their little stages with their cocoons and their molting stages and everything. And then what comes out are just the most incredible, amazing. I can't believe how nature is just so miraculous with its design. It's pretty amazing stuff. So anyways, I feel like transformation takes time. Okay, things take time. Change takes time. It takes time for these creatures to basically become what they become. So the same goes for you. So whatever you're passionate about, wherever your energy is right now, this is basically saying direct your energy towards the things that you want to create instead of shit that's just basically going to waste your time and deplete you. That seems to be the message. All right, what else? What else do we need to know here? Ooh, we have lavender. Surround yourself with love. Fantastic. Not everybody loves lavender. I'm one of those people that absolutely loves it. It's like one of my favorite scents ever. It's so soothing to me. It's so relaxing whenever I smell it. It just it like reminds me to relax, okay? But it is connected to love. So it says surround yourself with love. Surround yourself with people that don't waste your time. Surround yourself with people that want to be there for the long haul. Surround yourself with people that love you. A lot of times we focus on people that are not there, and we don't focus on the connections that we have right in front of us. And so those connections suffer. So I feel like what Spirit is saying here is, why don't we take some of that energy that we're putting on maybe a past person, missing a past person, etc., and instead focus on someone or something that we have in our lives right now. That's interesting, right? And you can, and so what I'm getting from that message is that you guys are going to see how much your life transforms when you're just focusing more on the people that want to be with you instead of the people that don't want to be a part of your life. I remember I was so focused on something for so long that was kind of like lost and just kind of like, a problem. I wasted so much time, like missing this person. And it's kind of like, it wasn't meant to be. It just wasn't. It was just a situation that was dysfunctional, and you try to come back together and make it work, and it just never worked. So I just realized like how much time I wasted just really creating a story of what I wanted the situation to be, which it actually wasn't. And I actually it took away from the relationships that were in my life, such as the relationship that I have with my husband and my daughter and my family, and even with myself. So, sometimes you wake up later and go, oh gosh, wow, like I get it now, but it does take time. So don't beat yourselves up if you guys are struggling still with an old, friendship or old lover, or just maybe a wound from the past. Sometimes things do have to run their course before you come full circle and you're ready to like go, okay, now I get it. So just don't be super hard on yourselves. Those things do take time. And that whole situation for me was about from start to finish about 5 to 6 years. So it's a long time. All right. We have the Vampire Queen. Ooh, you are the queen of the underworld, tantalizing, enchanting, and mysterious. Your light is a flame that draws many moths. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Sink your teeth into your desired one. They're waiting. Okay, so I like this because what this is saying, you guys, is that you can sink your teeth into anything that you desire. Okay, like life is literally waiting for you. It could be you're very passionate about finding a partner. You're very passionate about finding the job of your dreams, doing something that you absolutely love, showing your art off to the world, your creations, etc. You are absolutely meant to have these things. You're the Vampire Queen, and the Vampire Queen gets what she wants. So moths are attracted to flames. So I'm kind of seeing that these moths are things. They're either people or they're situations that you want to draw to you and manifest into your life. You absolutely have that energy at your disposal, but it's just about using it correctly, because vampires can sometimes feed on that queen and can drain her of her resources and her energy. So if you find that maybe spending less time with people, or maybe helping less people and just focusing more on just a very small, tight-knit group of family members and friends, if that's something that actually helps your energy, then definitely pay attention to that. Because if you're an empath, or you have the kind of, purpose where you're supposed to help a lot of people and this sort of thing, sometimes you can become drained. So you have to pay attention to that. And because you're not really giving in a full capacity when your cup is depleted and not full. So sometimes we do need to take breaks, and that is okay. So give yourself permission to step back and relax, because if you're not feeling something, then why are we pushing ourselves? You know what I mean? So that's kind of a cool little message too. All right, let's go ahead and get another. Someone is in need of your love, offer it to them. And it's so funny that I just said that, because to me, that's what it is. You wear your heart on your sleeve. You are an empath. You want to give to the world. But what I'm getting, you guys, is that this small circle, that deserves your attention. Okay? There's only 3 people here. Now, that doesn't mean that there's got to be 3 people just here in your life, but this is your family room. This is a tight-knit group family. And I'm getting here that if you're the kind of person where you feel like you have so much love to give, but you're feeling depleted, you're feeling resentful, your energy is low, we do have to start giving more, or giving something back to ourselves. So work on whatever issues that you might have surrounding guilt, like that you need to do this and you need to do that and you always need to be there for everybody. Sometimes you need to take time for you. Sometimes you need to be in your cocoon. Sometimes you need to be nurturing yourself, okay? So this whole fire vibe with you being the vampire queen, you have a lot of things that you want to sink your teeth in. You have a lot of things that you want to create in this life. And you are going to be able to manifest these things. So Spirit's saying it's just going to take some time for that transformation and to make sure that you are, utilizing your energy correctly when it comes to these things. We have the janitor. Okay, so this is what I'm getting here. This is the vibe. We got to clean up something. There's kind of been a spill. There's a spill in aisle 13, okay? It's time for us to clean that shit up. So whatever this is, whatever's kind of like, I don't want to say that there's something in your energy field that's like, taking something away from you, but because we have the vampire here, I feel it's energy vampire or vampires. So we do need to kind of clean up maybe who we spend our time with, where we spend our time, what we spend our time doing, because there could be something that's draining us, okay? And because we're such giving people, we may feel like we need to do all of these things. And I'm getting here, absolutely not. We need to tidy up these hazardous conditions so that way we can clear the pathway for something new. And I feel like you guys are trying to create something new, but your energy is telling you clean up on aisle 13 first and then continue forward, whatever that means for someone out there. Okay, so let's go ahead and go into our water energy. So this is going to be about our emotions. It's also going to be about relationships with other people, what's going on there. So I'm actually going to draw 3 cards from this deck now, and we're just going to see what resonates with you guys. So we have the obsessive trap, okay? We also have the spiteful lover. And we have the enticing elixir. So I feel like there's a couple of different messages that we can get. So you guys can even use this as, hey, you know what? This one sounds like me. This one sounds like me, or this one sounds like me, and just scratch the rest. Okay. So we're going to start off with the obsessive trap, but these other ones may not resonate, or this one may not resonate. Just please take what does. All right. The obsessive trap. Have you fallen under the tempting illusions of false spirituality? Ooh, getting readings consistently, choosing untrustworthy sources, and believing in fairy tales is an unhealthy obsession. Look, you guys, so this is one of the things, and this is one of the reasons why I've always been very transparent when it comes to my readings. If you guys ever feel, especially over on Mystic Moon, that you guys are just going down a rabbit hole, you guys are just feeling unmotivated, you're feeling trapped, you're just feeling unhealthily obsessed on a love situation, I always ask my viewers to either take a break temporarily or permanently. I want what is best for you guys. I'm not doing personal readings right now. There's a few reasons why. I'm just really kind of just enjoying the extra energy that I do have, but I also feel like people will, get what they need from the readings. And then if they're not getting anything, then they can kind of pull off. Sometimes we get personal readings, it can sometimes feel like a trap. It feels like, oh my gosh, but this one reader said this, now you're saying another thing. So I just feel like sometimes the whole situation of jumping from reader to reader or reading to reading can be a trap. So what I asked you guys to do is don't second guess, or if you watch a reading and you're like, wow, that really resonated with me, just keep it there. You know what I mean? Keep it there. You don't got to watch every reading I put up. You don't got to watch, 10 other readers just to confirm that message was really true. I think that you should always just go with what your gut is telling you. And less is more, really, all the time. So just kind of try to prevent yourself from going down that rabbit hole, because it's not that it's a rabbit hole. It's not that social media is a rabbit hole. It's not that tarot readers are rabbit holes. It's not that any of those things. It's just how we are interacting with that stuff. It's kind of like there are certain things out there that can help people that are in pain, but there are also people out there that will go overboard and perhaps abuse those things. So it doesn't make the actual thing bad, but people can turn it into an obsessive, negative, addictive thing. So we have to learn to be disciplined when it comes to really anything. So that's kind of interesting. All right, let's see what we need to know about this obsessive trap situation. What is this obsessive trap situation? Let's look. With the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, so if something is interrupting your ability to wake up, go to work correctly, maybe you're crying at work. Yeah, I'm like actually having this vision here of something that I witnessed myself before, where I was just like, wow, like this person is losing everything. They couldn't work, they couldn't sleep, they couldn't eat. It just, everything was spinning out of control. That's when you know that something that's happening, something that you're attached to, has become an addiction, has become something that you are obsessively relying upon, or just obsessively or toxically tied to. It doesn't even mean that the person is the problem. Sometimes we can be the problem. So we do have to stop and kind of ask ourselves, what are we doing that's making us feel out of control? What are we relying too much on? Where have we lost ourselves along the way? So whether it is, through spirituality, or whether it's somebody that you're, listening to, like a mentor or something like that. If you're feeling more confused and disenchanted and unmotivated and stuck, you have to pay attention to that and maybe take a break, So I feel like if something is interrupting your ability to function, that's when you know that it's time to take a break from whatever it is. We do have the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups can sometimes be fantasy. It is tied to Pisces with that fish in the cup. Pisces can sometimes be very unrealistic, lost in a fantasy world. The fantasy is actually better than the reality. So we do have to kind of ask ourselves, are expectations even realistic? Is the person that maybe you're dealing with, or the situation that you're dealing with? And I'll just give you guys an example. Let's just say that there is someone, literally this is just nothing. It's just something that I'm pulling from my head. Let's just say you're 20 years old, okay? And you meet I know it's going to sound ridiculous. You meet somebody who's 80, okay? And that person's married. But somehow you talk to this person and you somehow develop like this fantasy that somehow this person is, your one and only, and you guys were married in a past life and all this other stuff. But it's just like, it doesn't make sense. First of all, this person isn't available. And second of all, I'm sorry, that's a huge age difference. 60 years, if I'm doing the math correctly. That's a huge, ridiculous age difference. Sometimes, sorry to say, huge chunks like that do matter. You know what I mean? And maybe there is some kind of, interesting little thing and energy and you can't shake it or whatever. But it's like sometimes people get so caught up in trying to make that turn it into a reality when it doesn't even make sense, especially when people are not even available. Sometimes we can waste a lot of time and waste years of our lives getting into that trap. And the better question to ask ourselves is, what is it that I need to learn about myself in the situation, instead of projecting our fantasy onto someone else? So I know that might be really hard for some people to hear out there. I don't know. But I'm just kind of giving it to you guys how it's coming. Yeah, Nine of Pentacles, this is about the self. This is about self-improvement. This is about, instead of kind of looking for someone to fulfill your needs or fulfill a fantasy that you have, let's continue to work on ourselves. Let's let these situations speak to us in a way that kind of point to us where we might need to, work on ourselves a little bit deeper, or where we could use some improvement, because the Nine of Pentacles is all about a self-improvement card. So it's not about blaming people. It's not about blaming religion, blaming spirituality, blaming names and labels such as twin flames and this and that. It's not about demonizing those things. It's about realizing, where have we lost ourselves in it? Okay? You've seen these videos and these people that demonize tarot, and they demonize everything. Like, oh, I just sold millions of dollars of courses, and I've been doing it now for the last 30 years, and all of a sudden I'm denouncing everything, and everything is evil because now I've been shown the light. It's like, how do you even know that that's the true light? Maybe it's more false light. I don't know. You know what I mean? So it's just kind of like, it's not really about good and evil. It's about you, the person, and what you're going through. And it's the way that you're responding to these things that you're engaging in. So we don't have to demonize things just because it didn't work out, or because somehow we got ourselves trapped in a loop. It's just about figuring out, what can we do to, better ourselves so we don't fall into those pitfalls again. So anyways, a little bit of a hard message, but that's what we have. So now we have the spiteful lover. Okay. Maybe you didn't like that message that just came through. No problem. Get rid of it. Let's go ahead and go into the spiteful lover. Someone is filled with anger, jealousy, and rage. What have you done to provoke such a reaction out of them? Or are you the one who can't stand to see them move on? Okay. So there could be someone that maybe we do have some rage towards, or maybe they have rage towards us. And again, everybody's got to work things out for themselves. And sometimes people just are going to blame you forever, or maybe you'll blame them forever. So there's a message about this in our emotions, the water energy. Okay, we got the Hermit. This is what I'm getting here. So let's kind of take it off of you guys for a minute, because I feel like I kind of laid it on thick with the last message. So let's just say this is the other person. Okay, what I want to say about this is that this person might need more time, because it does look like, because of these messages, it says self-absorbed, need for spiritual growth, lonely, isolation, ignoring wise advice. It's almost like you cannot reach this person, and they're not going to see things your way. So it's not even, it's kind of pointless at this point to even try to work things out or to have a conversation with this person. It might be time for you to walk away. It might be time for you to realize maybe this person walked away from you or treated you a certain way because they don't have the tools, because they're not self-aware. And I think that's probably one of the hardest things, is when you deal with people that just don't get it. They seem to not care. They seem to just be freaking oblivious to what they're doing, and you're just like, oh my God, how could you not see it? Not everybody's on the same level. It's so frustrating. You know what I mean? I'm sure that there are times where people dealt with me too, and they're just like, are you fucking kidding me? And I'm like, I just don't get it. You know what I mean? So we all go through it. We've all done it, and we've all had it done to us. Not everybody is on the same page at the same time. So rather than drinking that poison and expecting the other person to die, the better thing to do is to just try to do your best to just chalk it up to, look, you know what? They're not open to it right now. Maybe they'll see it later, but I can't waste any more time on this situation. They're the Queen of Cups. I feel like you guys are the Queen of Cups. I do. I feel like you guys are looking for something very meaningful, very deep. You're looking for a supportive partner. You're also want to deal with somebody who's compassionate to your needs, because it does say emotionally intuitive, which you are, nurturing, kind, loving, supportive, compassionate, and a sensitive healer. This Hermit reversed, which is Virgo, by the way, is not. This is Cancer. Cancer is all about like security, feeling good, feeling happy, feeling secure, home, family life. If you're dealing with somebody that doesn't want those same things, they just want to be single, they want to be isolated and alone, they want to feel sorry for themselves, you're not going to be able to meet in the middle with this person right now, or if at all. So the best thing that you can possibly do is to take care of you, and remember that message: spend time with people that want to be in your life instead of trying to fight for people that don't want to be in it. And last one, we have the Emperor. This could be a masculine for some of you guys. Like you see this person as your masculine. This is Aries, okay? But this is kind of somebody who maybe they seem like they're in this power position, but they're really not. It does say it's a weak foundation, so a weak person. This person is basically, mismanaging things and also questions authority. They don't want to be told what to do. So if you're trying to tell someone how they feel or what to see, it's almost like it's going to fall on deaf ears. So absolutely just stop, because I feel like it can create more spite in them, almost like it's creating more of a temper and an anger within this person, because we're trying to kind of get them to see things our way. I'm getting here, they won't see it because they can't. So that's what I got for you guys. And last one, I have no idea what this one's about. Let's read it. It says, the enticing elixir. One glance is all it took. The desire, infatuation, and fatal attraction began. They took a sip of your juice and they're forever hooked. What is it that's in your powerful love potion? So some of you guys, it could be that you have someone that is hung up on you. Now, this could tie to a lot of the Divine Masculine readings that I do on my channel over on Mystic Moon. It seems like the Divine Masculine definitely feels like he is under the Divine Feminine spell. So I kind of feel like if you guys resonate with those readings, you might resonate with this particular message. So let's get some advice on that. What is it about you? Ooh, we have the Fool's energy. You know what it is about you guys? It seems like you're just free. And like you just don't care. And it's funny because you came through as like the honey badger at the very beginning of this reading. Maybe you just act like you don't give a shit. Maybe you just let go. Maybe you're just living your life. You're free. You freed yourself. And that's what's so enticing to this person, because you seem totally unaffected. Ooh, I love it. All right, what else? Yeah, we have the Ace of Pentacles. This is boss energy. You're just basically moving in your life. You're planting all kinds of new seeds. You might be experiencing all kinds of abundance right now, a lot of growth. You own your own business. You're doing something. So this person could basically see you as really rising up in the world and basically just freeing yourself, and just nothing is holding you back. So it's something where they're looking at you and they're really admiring this energy. And with the Knight of Wands, I love this. The Knight of Wands is free. The Knight of Wands, Sagittarius energy, expanding. Also somebody who's very confident, somebody who's very attractive, somebody who, when they set their mind out to do something, they go out and they get it. They're not afraid. So this vibe of you just expanding your life, being free and being out in the open and being confident and living your life to the fullest, this is very attractive to this person. It's like they are just enamored by this. So that's the love potion. Your vibe is the Knight of Wands. Your vibe is also the Fool. It's like you just are basically living life to the beat of your own drum, and you just appear to kind of have moved on past them. Even if you haven't, it appears that way. And it's very attractive to this person because it makes them want you even more. Ooh, okay. All right, last one, you guys, is the oh my gosh, the element of spirit. I couldn't think of it for a second. The element of spirit. What is the message for spirit's energy? And spirit, of course, is going to be about our connection with the divine, our spiritual ascension, our spiritual growth. Okay, we have the wickedest witch. The wickedest witch, definitely a shadow witch. But what I'm getting, you guys, that is a dragon. At least that's what it kind of looks like to me. It's a dragon. And remember, it is about slaying these dragons. Okay, so where was this? Let me grab this real quick so I can just kind of show you guys. Okay, we're slaying them all. We're slaying these dragons. So I feel like what Spirit's message for you this week is, this is about doing your shadow work. This is about not being afraid to face the shadows, because there is something in shadow work. There is something for you to see about yourself and also about other people this week. This will help you to basically look and see what it is that you're going to deal with and things that you're not going to deal with, things that you want versus what you don't want in your life any longer. So it has something to teach you this week. Ooh, the African bullfrog. Practice patience and allow situations to evolve. That's really cool, okay? Because this right here It's like we don't necessarily have to go out with our sword and cut people and try to get them to see things. We don't need to do that. We can let karma take care of it, okay? We can let them see in their own time. So this is about just letting things be. And remember, the air's energy was all about just letting things go, going with the flow. We can become stronger from what we've gone through, okay? But to me, I'm getting the message. I'm just going to let karma take care of your ass. I don't know what that is, but that's what we're doing. Okay, we're just kind of sitting back and we're just going to let karma take care of it. Now, that doesn't mean that we're going to be quiet and that we're just going to let people walk all over us. No, we're going to slay those dragons when they come up. We're going to say no when we need to. We're not going to do things we don't want to do anymore. But I'm talking about people that have hurt you, those freaking toads, those frogs that you thought were princes. You're just going to let karma take care of it. You're not going to drink the poison any longer, because that, I don't know about that African bullfrog, but all I know there are these, I don't know if they're frogs or toads that come up during monsoon season here, and the dogs get a hold of them and they're poisonous, and it's really bad. So they show up in people's pools and obviously in the rain gutters and everything like that, but they're really poisonous. And that's just what I'm getting here when it comes to drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. It actually doesn't work that way. All you're doing is you're just holding on to that poison, and you are going to be affected by that poison. The better thing for you to do is just cut it away and focus on rising up in the world. Let that actually be your revenge, is doing better, improving your life, not worrying when this person's going to get their karma, when they're going to see, what they're going to do, when they're going to come back. Great. Like if they do, they do. If they don't, they don't. But we're not like waiting for it. We're not looking at our watch and wondering when karma is going to call their name. We're simply living our lives in the meantime. That's just the better thing to do. I love it. All right, let's see what else. What has your inner voice been asking of you? Listen and act. Okay, so that's just going to speak to everyone individually. What has Spirit been telling you? What has your inner voice been asking you to do? So it's time for you to listen, absorb this message, and then do something with this advice. Don't know what that is, but that's something. Thorns, weave together the crown you deserve. Love it. To me, this is about using the thorns, okay, and taking the pain and turning it into something that matters. Make the pain matter. Use this energy in a positive way. Allow your wounds, allow the tribulations and everything that you've gone through to inspire you to become stronger, to become a warrior, and wear that crown of thorns proudly. You don't have to be ashamed of these wounds. You don't have to be ashamed of your shadow. This is about embracing this and literally wearing it as a crown. So this could be something that you guys do, an actual crown that you make of flowers or something like that, or wear a crown. You don't have to do it in public or anything like that, but this could just be a specific exercise that you do, treating yourself like a queen, treating yourself with respect, etc. It's like an exercise that you guys do. So Spirit's saying, maybe your inner voice is telling you that it's time for you to wear your wounds like a badge of honor and no longer be ashamed and no longer be afraid of them, and be more of like this warrior type of energy. So yeah, I actually do feel like there is some sort of a exercise that you guys will be doing where you're going to be wearing a crown of some sort around that is really going to put you into that position of feeling your power, stepping into your power. It's an exercise where you're going to do it over and over again, and you're going to start to believe that you are this person that is in a power position, that you own your power, that you can be powerful, that you are a survivor, that you are a dragon slayer. That's what I'm getting. Very cool. All right, let's see what else. What else do we need to know? We have the agent. Did you take into account the cost required? Best to consult with this agent before diving in head first. Reassess your finances. Okay, so this is going to be specific for some of you guys right now that are wanting to, let's just say, take a class or buy a specific item. Sometimes things can be ridiculously expensive and we cannot justify it. Okay, we just can't. Especially when it comes to, let's just say you want to, take a class on how to be a life coach, let's just say, and you do research and you're just like, holy shit, the classes are going to cost me $5,000. Look, I'm not saying that that's not something that, someone might do, but we do have to make sure that we're not going to go in debt over it, or that, what we want in that moment, or what we feel like someone's saying that we need in order to be like them, that we've got to pay them X amount of dollars. So let's just think about that. Before we check off that last box, let's basically consult with our inner guide. Let's consult with spirit, but maybe even let's consult with someone that we feel guided to consult with, such as a friend, a family member, somebody that you trust, okay? Somebody that can kind of look at you head on, or look at your situation head on and say, you know what, that might not be the best idea. Sometimes we need that voice of reason. And sometimes people will be like, hey, you know what, that sounds like a good idea. And maybe that's the push that you need. So I feel like everyone's probably got something different going on with that. Just make sure it doesn't break the bank. And we have the 6 of Cups. Childhood dreams, working with youth, reward for past effort. So there's something perhaps that you guys are dreaming of, something that you always wanted to do. Maybe some of you guys do want to work with youth. Now, I know that there's certain things that do require, it's so funny. This is coming to my mind and I am going to pull it up. This guy here that I follow on TikTok, he's so funny. He brings up list of 5 things, like list of the most, this and that, just random. It's this guy right here. I forget what his name is. But anyways, the top 5 most useless degrees. I actually saved this for my daughter because she's an artist and she's always thought, she has to go to school and get a degree in order to do art. And it's funny because he puts it as number 3, art. So I feel like that's funny that I just literally saved that video yesterday and this is popping up. And it's kind of like, are we sure that we actually need that degree? Are we sure that we need to do that? Now, some degrees you have to have, and sometimes you don't. Sometimes it's just for yourself. You just want that degree. Legally you can still do something, but you just would really like that, you'd like people to really believe in your work. And so maybe they feel like if you had some sort of certification, they would take you more seriously. Sometimes that's the case. But I feel for some of you guys that really kind of figure out what it is that you want to do. Does it really actually require that you have to spend X amount of money to get certified, or possibly is there a different way to go about it? So I feel like that's what Spirit is kind of guiding us to do today, is to really think about something that we want to do and consult maybe a professional, consult someone else that could actually help point us in the right direction, is kind of what I'm getting with that. So let's go ahead and get one more message. What is our final message from Spirit? Let's go ahead and pull from the deck. The spoken wish. Ooh, I like this. To me, this is like maybe some sort of a ritual. What is it that you so desire on the night of a potent full moon? Well, we just had one. Okay, that harvest moon. Ooh, and it's kind of right now. I mean, you guys can still use this energy. I always think like 3 days before and after the full moon, it's there. But it says, speak your wishes to the universe and watch them manifest in your life. The magic of life is at your fingertips. Use it. I feel like because there's a jar there, maybe you guys are going to do some sort of a jar spell. It could be a protection spell, but this is about a wish. So I feel like you want to attract something to you. Use sugar, use honey, use syrup, use something to attract something into your life. So use some sort of an object, you can write your name on a piece of paper, or use a picture of yourself, or personal effect, hair, something like that. You put it in a jar and you basically use, like I said, some sort of a sweet, sticky, something that's going to stick to you, the person that you're putting into this jar, which is you, and everything that you want to attract to you. So you can use objects, you can use words, you can speak your intentions into this jar. And I feel like this is something where it's going to kind of put you into that mindset of attracting your desires, putting it out there. This is a great, excellent way to shift up your energy from, instead of thinking about all the negative shit and worrying about everybody else that's just kind of instead you're shifting the focus onto yourself, and you're focusing instead on what you want to attract into your life, not on somebody that, is like not trying to show up or not participating. It's like, no, you're the participant in your life. You're putting energy towards yourself. You're not worried, and you're not focusing on people that you want to focus on you. You're focusing on you yourself. You're proving it to the universe. Look, if I can't focus on me, how do I expect anybody else to? It starts with you. That's what it is. So the way that you wish to be spoken to also, these things that you want for yourself, speak these things to yourself. Start telling yourself the things that you would like other people to tell you. Start with yourself. So that's what I have for you guys this week. I really hope that you enjoyed these messages. Thank you guys so much for choosing to watch this reading. And like I said, I will go ahead and post next Tuesday again, the weekly reading, and then, another reading throughout next week. But for the rest of the week, I'm going to be taking off. So anyways, you guys have a great week. I'll see you soon.